You know, this company started with a basic premise, which is how do we sell more effectively, more efficiently using the web. We built a Salesforce automation service that looked like Amazon.com. If apps were as easy to use as Amazon, if we were able to take the traditional enterprise paradigm, but be able to put it into that Amazon format, what would that do for enterprises? They wouldn't have to install software. They wouldn't have to install hardware. It would be easier to manage their contacts, their accounts, their opportunities, their forecasts, their reports. How many people in the room use Salesforce.com for sales, for example? Can you raise your hands? There's more opportunity in the room. Fantastic. So we have this incredible Salesforce automation paradigm, but everything in this whole industry is completely changing. And I can tell you that selling is becoming a team sport. Customers want to engage with you directly in the sales process. Partners want to engage with you in the sales process. Mobile is more important than ever. And data itself is changing all the time, whether it's phone numbers or email addresses or titles, and the ability to keep data fresh is more possible than ever before. And how do we align our sales teams? How do we motivate them? How do we use gamification to keep them engaged with us in the process? Today, we want to introduce you to a customer of ours, and we want to profile a customer in the room today. We brought this customer with us from our tour last week in Chicago. Incredible company called Trunk Club. It provides men's retailing. And I want to show you a quick 3-minute video to orient you on who Trunk Club is. Then I want to take a look with you at their systems, introduce you to their CEO, and give you a vision for what is possible for the next version, the next idea, the next iteration in our industry of sales. Let's take a look at Trunk Club.
If I get on a plane tomorrow and I find myself in New York and I walk into a major department store, they're not going to know who I am.
They have no data around the things I've bought.
They don't know anything about me.
You walk into Trunk Club, and even if we haven't seen you in 18 months, we know everything about you. We know everything that you've ever done with our service.
Salesforce allows us to pick up that relationship and pick up that conversation from wherever we left off. It's about being able to ensure that all of the pieces of the business are focused on the customer. That's it.
We exist because guys love to look good but hate shopping. You sign up online, you're matched with a stylist in our Chicago office, and he or she will work with you to send you awesome clothes. You keep what you like, you send back what you don't. We pay for shipping both ways, we make it really easy.
The Trunk Club experience for a customer has to be cohesive, and for us that means sales, marketing, and customer service all have to be talking to each other.
Trunk Club runs on Salesforce. It just works smoothly, and you don't take that for granted when you're at a startup, right? When you're growing as quickly as we are, we're so much more productive and effective at doing our day-to-day everything. It's basically given us a chance to capture every single thing that happens with that customer. If it didn't happen in Salesforce, it didn't happen.
Back in the day, each stylist maybe had like 50, 100 guys to manage. Those days are over. We've got some of our more tenured stylists now are covering 500, 600, 700 guys at a time. And Salesforce.com makes the sales team bionic.
We can deliver a really personalized experience, but do it in a way that is scalable, is leveraged by technology so that it feels human to the customer, but it works like a machine underneath.
The ability to interact just real time is the necessity of mobile in our business.
We set out to build this mobile application on top of the Salesforce platform. We built it in about a week.
So I get up from my desk and now I'm walking through physical racks of inventory and I've got to figure out what to pull for him in that trunk. On my phone, I can see all his previous buying history.
I can see their height, their weight, and then I can use the size advisor to figure out what sizes are going to work best for them.
It just allows us to clearly see the world that surrounds our customer.
We can get appointments that, where we have 3 minutes of lead time to know that they're coming in. No problem. I'll pull up Salesforce and see, who is this guy? What's he all about?
I can immediately see all of their social networking information, so we can just click on everything right there and see it all.
You can see what they're tweeting, you can see their Facebook link, their LinkedIn link, and then you see what interests them. And it just is another level for me to connect with them on.
And they're thinking like, how in the world do you know all this stuff? It's like, yep, and I already have a photo of you and know what colors are gonna look great. Let's get you started.
I'm armed with an insane amount of data, that's gonna give me, compared to my competition, it's not even gonna be close. I'm a weapon compared to what they're doing.
Serving a customer at Trunk Club is really a team sport because it's really about that stylist being able to work with our customer service team to deliver an awesome experience, and our marketing teams and our technology teams being able to build on top of them.
I think we've tripled our leads in the last 3 months. If someone tweets and they're mentioning how they're looking into Trunk Club, we can reach out to them. We can follow that conversation and see how we can provide something to them of value. And the next thing you know, he's a customer.
The customer dictates how he wants to engage. You have to be able to cover every single one of those channels to make sure that you never drop that customer service experience. So it's mobile, it's social platform, it's the email.
It's all in front of them on a screen, and it's like, hey, what can we do to make this an awesome experience for you?
If I'm not here in the office and one of my clients calls, the customer service team can immediately pull up the client's profile in Salesforce, and I don't feel like the wheels are going to fall off.
To put that in perspective, our stylists are on a train somewhere on the weekend, and a guy rings in and says, oh my gosh, big presentation in Vegas next week. You have to send me a trunk. Instead of waiting until Monday to pack that trunk, she can do it on the train right then and there, pack the trunk virtually via her mobile, and it's ready to go Monday morning. It's out the door.
We're changing the game.
We're here to disrupt an industry.
If traditional retailers could come in and see how we're using technology to actually deliver this one-to-one service, I think they would realize that this is the future of service-oriented retail.
There's no way that you are allowed to establish a true, credible, trusting relationship with the customer without this platform.
There's a lot of talk these days around all companies wanting to be more customer-centric, wanting to become customer companies. And you don't need to be $1 billion company to do that, right? You just need Salesforce.com.
Let's welcome back Fergus Glester, and we're going to take a look here at Trunk Club. Fergus, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Mark. So one of the amazing reasons that Trunk Club has been so successful is that they're connecting with their members in a completely new way. And they're running their business on Salesforce to do it. So in our demonstration right now, we're going to see how it all plays out. Let's bring up the demonstration. Now, one of the first things I want to call your attention to in the top right-hand corner is all the different apps that Trunk Club is using on Salesforce to run their business. They're running service apps and marketing apps and sales apps, but they've also built all these great tailored custom apps that are specific to their business. Now, let's continue with our scenario here. We're in the role of Laura, who is one of those stylists at Trunk Club. And you can see across the body of the page, first of all, Laura has all these great dashboards that keep her up to date on all her key metrics for her as a stylist day to day. Her total sales are here on the left, and right beside it, there is the different categorization of the different types of items she's been sending out to her customers. But probably most importantly to Laura, here's all her top members, the people that she is styling day to day, and their total spend since they first joined Trunk Club. Now, the moment Laura wants to kind of get connected with everything that's going on across the company that's relevant to her in her day-to-day styling efforts, she can drop into the chatter feed and see it right here. So let's see some of the things that are relevant to Laura in her feed. Well, here's something that's really helpful. Mitra, one of the buyers at Trunk Club, is posting a sneak peek of a designer that they're planning to carry next season to let everybody know that this is coming. And this gives Laura a chance to think about some of her members and maybe this designer might suit them. Now, right above it, one of the stylists in the company has also shared a poll here to get everyone's opinion on what do they think is going to be the hottest pattern coming up for this spring and summer. And they can all weigh in here and vote and see what everyone's opinion is. But let's get down to the specifics about Laura's actual customers. She wants to know when anything important is happening with them. And you can see here's an update streaming from the shipping company right into her chatter feed to let her know that a trunk that she sent out a few days ago to James Canto, one of our valued members, has arrived safe and sound. He's just signed for it. But most interestingly, at the very top of this feed, this is one of the fun parts here, she has an update that's streamed in from LinkedIn. One of her valued members has a new job. He's updated his profile. He's been promoted to the VP of Worldwide Sales in his company. Now, Laura recognizes this is a life event for Mason. It's a big deal, and it's a perfect time for her to reconnect with him and send him out some new clothes for his new promotion in his job. But like we saw in the video, she could be styling for like hundreds, maybe even thousands of people. She has to quickly remind herself of everything about Mason, so what she sends out is on the money, is relevant for him. How does she do it? Let's take a look. She can drop right in to the social profile for Mason. And look what she instantly sees. Well, across the top here, you can see some basic information that probably isn't that surprising. She knows, of course, his phone number, his email address, even his lifetime spend. But look up the top here. She is connected to everything that's going on with Mason on the social web. What is he tweeting about right now in his life? Probably his promotion, other things that are going on for him and his family, and what's going on in his job. Also, the latest posts he's put out there on Facebook. Now, like we saw in the video again, this is really rounding out a picture of who Mason is and what's going on for him in his life right now. So Laura is really getting a full picture of what might work for him. Let's scroll down the page. Of course, she has all his measurements, so she knows she's picking out the right sizes. She knows where he lives in San Francisco. And about now, she's starting to think, well, what types of items should I be sending out to Mason? And maybe even which designers does he like? Well, let's scroll down a bit here, Chris. She has a really intuitive visualization of the things that he buys the most. And he looks like he's a major fan of button-up shirts. And not just that, we can see which brands he likes the most when it comes to button-up shirts. And Laura is continuing to round out this picture in a matter of seconds of what might work best for Mason. Let's scroll down because we're not finished. We also know the full history of all the previous trunks she sent out and the clothes and the items that were in those trunks. And right beneath it, in the rare case that maybe there was a return, maybe because the size wasn't quite right or the color was a bit different, we're capturing all those returns in our Service Cloud for Small Business, desk.com. Now, this is a pretty incredible social profile. Laura is really armed, like we saw in the video, like a weapon here with all the information she needs to really cater for Mason's needs here. But of course, stylists, like everyone else here, are on the go. They're mobile, they're on the train, wherever they are. They need to be connected to this information from anywhere. And that's why Trunk Club built this killer application on the Salesforce platform to keep their stylists connected from anywhere. Now, Laura can quickly just look up Mason here, and look at this. She has all the exact same information in the social profile for Mason on the iPhone. Not just that, she can remind herself of what's in his wardrobe. These are the items that she's previously sent out to him. So she knows he's got brown shoes already, he has a green sweater, he's got some nice jeans, but maybe he needs some new versions of some of these things. All of these will factor into her decision. Not just that, if she's picking out a specific brand of jeans maybe, she wants to make sure that, she knows every designer fits a bit different, so she wants to make sure she's got the exact right size depending on which brand she picks. Okay, this is a lot of great information. About now, Laura's probably ready to put together some great items. But you know what? I've been looking around the audience here today, and it looks like we probably have already some Trunk Club members who have already signed up. Some of you may not have. And so we thought it would be extra special if we brought the Trunk Club store experience into the keynote today here for you all to see. And I want you to take a look over here because we have the Trunk Club store and their customer company experience live here in this room for you all to check out. Now, I'm going to check in live with our stylist, Laura, to see if she's found any cool items that Mason might like for his new job. Hey, Laura, how's it going?
Hi, Fergus. Hi, San Francisco.
Give Laura a hand, everybody, please. So, Laura, you have all this amazing information right on your phone about Mason and that social profile. Have you found any good items you think he might like?
I have some really great pieces here for Mason. I have here this Theory shirt because he loves the way this brand fits. It's nice and slim. It's a navy gingham because gingham's really popular this season, and the color's really going to bring out his eyes.
That's perfect.
Next, we have here a John Varvatos blazer. Now that he's a new VP, he needs to look really sharp in his board meetings. So I picked out this neutral color so he can throw it on, pull together any outfit, look great, and then make those killer sales.
That sounds really great.
Now that he's in worldwide sales, I was thinking he's going to be traveling a lot. So these AG jeans are perfect because they have just the right amount of stretch, so he's comfortable on those long haul flights, but they keep their shape really well, so he'll look really good after several hours of sitting on a plane.
Okay, that all sounds awesome. So you can see that Laura has picked out some great items that are going to work for Mason right now. Now she needs to make a record of all these things that she's going to send out in the trunk. How does she do it? She can do it right from that same mobile app. All she has to do is scan each of these items one at a time. And like it said in the video, if it's not in Salesforce, it didn't happen. She's recording everything here, so it's captured, so she has a record of it. And now when she's scanned each of the 3 items here that she's ready to send out, she can now basically wait for the confirmation that's going to let her know, okay, these 3 items are going out the door in this trunk, and she can get the confirmation here listed here on her screen. All that's left for her to do is just tap on Ship Trunk, and the trunk is ready to go. Now, you can see how that's an amazing experience for the customer at Trunk Club and also the stylists. But we have one more thing we want to show here today. we've been using the Marketing Cloud to run a small campaign or competition with all the people here in the room. We asked you to actually share a photo of your own Trunk Club experience, your own style here at this event. And we're tracking all your Instagram photos and your tweets with your pictures here live. And we're going to pick a winner who's going to win a $500 certificate to Trunk Club. So I'm going to ask my good friend Chris Muller at the demo podium. Chris, have we got a winner?
Hey, Fergus. So last week we were in Chicago, and that was a pretty good-looking audience, but I might be biased because I live here in saying that San Francisco is a little bit better looking. And we've got a winner here, Benjamin Osgood.
Congratulations, Benjamin. That is great. So Benjamin has won a trunk for $500 worth of Trunk Club service. And if you did not win, don't worry. There's still a chance at our pop-up store, which is upstairs in our expo. We have a live Trunk Club customer experience where you have a chance to win one of 3 remaining trunks, so stop by. But for now, that's the Trunk Club story, really helping its stylists and members connect in a new way based on Salesforce. Thanks. And now back to Mark.